mostly cloudy. The word mostly, what does that mean? Most.
Big.
You're getting there. Yes. Big amount. Most. The most money. Whoa. Okay. Most. So, mostly sunny means sun, few clouds. So, mostly. The other side, not much. We'd say,
Little bit.
few clouds, yes. We wouldn't usually use a little bit for this, but this means the same idea. A lot, not much. What about our temperature today? What can we say?
25.
How much?
25.
25 what?
Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
What's this little thing up here?
Grados.
Degrees. Yes. Fahrenheit. Amira, did you find that on Celsius?
1
1. Yes.
Celsius.
Celsius.
I don't know why those iPhones have some kind of issue. I put it back to
Four?
Fahrenheit, but
Yes.
it's in Celsius. I don't know.
So there is an adjustment.
Yeah, we just have to.
You may find in different places where your electronics are going to tell you one system or another. So for example, if you're driving your car and you go to Canada, it's changed because Canada uses the metric system. So if you see a sign up there in Canada that says 50 kilometers per hour, what does that mean? 50 kilometers per hour.
That's fine.
What does that mean in terms of miles per hour? A mile is longer than a kilometer. So it's something to keep in mind. So the thing, remember, the metric system based on 10, 10, 10. Kilometers is the metric system. Celsius is part of the metric system. So we don't use that all the time here in the USA. We use the old English system. England. So we buy things in pounds, buy things in kilos. If you go to the grocery store here in the USA, which one do they use?
Pound.
Pound, yes. Some places will say kilos, but you have to look and remember, what is this? Which one is it? So, did anyone here like a chicken?
Yes.
Chicken. So if you buy a chicken here in USA, a small chicken, it says
1
kilogram. So how much is that in pounds?
2 pounds.
One.
2 point, Adil, come on up. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. So, 2.2, what is this?
LPS.
What is that? What does this mean?
Pounds.
Yes. This is the abbreviation for pounds. It's from the Latin. Do you know Latin? Old language used long time ago, and it stood for Libby, L-I-B-B-Y.
LB.
Yeah. It was the name for lead. You know lead? I have a piece of lead here. Lead. It's a metal. And this is for people who go fishing.
Yes.
Why do they use it for fishing? Because I dropped this,
Yes.
it's heavy, heavy metal. They don't make this anymore for fishing. Well, they may probably do, but not used much because it's not good to use this for fishing. Why? It's poison. If the fish eats it, not good because it's a heavy metal. So I don't use this for fishing, I use this to show. And the nice thing about lead, because it's so soft, they used to call these lead pencils. And the lead and the pencil, which is not there anymore, you can use it for writing. It's so soft. It's a metal. So, anyway, back to our weather. 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Then yesterday, we talked about some words to tell us about what we think is going to happen.
Maybe. Rain.
These are all a little bit different, but we're talking about the future. So we say, it may be rainy. Maybe. What does that mean? Maybe yes, maybe no.
Yes.
50-50.
Rain.
Rain expected. What does expected mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, if it says expected, is it 50-50? No.
No.
It's maybe not 100. 100 is a lot. But we really think it's going to happen. Okay. So, this morning, when I came in, I know Tamana comes here every day, so I expected that Tamana would come. How about this one? What is possible? Possible. What does this word mean? Possible.
No exercise. As for exercise. No. Impossible. Possible.
I am
Possible.
What does impossible mean?
Nothing.
Not, can't, not going, little more than not going to happen, can't happen. Impossible means cannot happen. This one means it can happen, it can rain. I don't know if it will, but it can. And of course this one, predicted. What does that mean? Predicted. Hearing something. Ina? It means that you say it. This word here. Have you ever heard of a dictionary? What is a dictionary? The words and the meanings. Yes, so you say the words, say the meaning. Predicted means someone says. So if I said, I predict.
Yeah,
It will rain.
I think tomorrow sunny.
So Americans say, I predict it will be sunny tomorrow. That means she's saying predict. It means you actually say something. So for me, when I listen to the news and the weather person says rain expected this afternoon, it means that person, that weather person, is predicting the weather, telling us what will happen. So some good words here. And what they did say today, new word, we've used this one before. Can you see, Ina? Gusty winds expected. What is wind? The air. Is there wind in the room right now? There's air. What is wind? Air going fast. So, gusty. A little change in the word. A wind.
Yeah. When
A gust of wind. Not steady. Fast, slow. Fast, slow. So this is what I heard today. Gusty winds expected. So these are weather words today. Yeah, this sheet. Everyone have this one? For some of you, this is a review. You have this one? This is from today. Everyone have this? give you a few minutes to answer A. Everyone have it?
Sorry, I don't have.
Don't be sorry. Okay. I think we need you to sign in. Yes. Yes. Very good.
শুদ্ধ বাংলা ভাষার প্রেডিকশন মানে হচ্ছে কি ভবিষ্যৎবাণী কালকে হবে এমন
take a look here together. This word what? It's one of our major question words. What? What is that? Or what is this? This is a pencil. Yes. What is a question word? But we also use it in expressions.
What do you need?
What do you need?
I need
So-
a pencil.
I need a pencil. What do you do at your job? Do you do? Lots of do's.
I do a job.
What do you do in school?
I do a study.
You study in school.
I study.
So this question we have up here for number one. What kind? What kind is asking what kind or type. What kind or type. So these words are very much alike. What kind, what type. Because there are different kinds of homes. So you'll notice there for number two, it says house, apartment, condo. What is a condo? Anyone know that word?
Yeah, there's so many
Can do
flat or apartments.
How's
Same category. So many people.
It's in many places in the suburbs of Detroit, there are condos. They are pretty much like apartments, condos. But the rules for apartments and condos have some legal, in law, differences. So, condominium, that's short for condo is short for condominium. Condominium. So are there any other types of homes? We have apartments, houses, condos, what else?
House.
We have house is listed. What else that's not listed? Where else do people live? Anyone remember that was in here? We talked about this in the past.
No.
What's that?
Can move anywhere else.
It has wheels, you can move it. A house on wheels,
No.
mobile home. Here in U.S., there are mobile home parks where people take the mobile home, take the wheels off, and it stays there. But you can put the wheels back on and move it. Mobile home. How about this one? What is a tent?
Travel.
You can put it up
Yes.
and take it down. A tent. And it's usually made, could be made with different things. Canvas, skin, other kinds of plastic. There are many millions of people in the world who live in tents. That is their home. So, next one, Um, Number 4, I'm not interested in asking you how much you pay for rent, but I want you to know rent and mortgage. Do we all know this one? Rent. What is this one? Mortgage. What is that? What?
Bank.
Yeah.
You're buying a house.
Yes.
And so you buy the house from the mortgage company or the bank, and you pay money like rent, but you pay and pay and pay, and eventually you own it. Mortgage. The other one that's not on here,
Please.
lease. Rent and lease, pretty much the same. But agreements, if you, I want to drive a car for today, and I go to a car company. I rent Avis, Enterprise, a car rental place. I rent the car for today. I drive it, pay money, take it back. Rent. But a lease is a little different. It means for a long time. So people say, well, I'm not going to buy a car. I'm going to pay money every month and lease the car. And property is the same way. Many places have a lease agreement for property. A little bit different from rent. Let's take a look here. Number 1. How would we answer number 1? You know? Where do you live? How do we answer that?
Hamtramck.
Some said, I live in Hamtramck. What else can we say? I live in the USA. It really depends on if you have a question like that, why are they asking? So for employment, they're going to ask you more specifically, address. So for this one, we don't know. So any of those answers can be, are good. Where do you live? You'd say,
I
I live.
in my house.
She lives in her house. She lives in a city, in a state. But if we use the word street, now it changes. So for example, your street, right? You live on your street, in a city, on a street. Who here lives in a house? Anyone here live in a house?
Yes.
I live in a house. Does anyone here live in an apartment?
No.
No? No apartments? Does anyone live in a condo? I don't think there's any condos in Hamtramck.
Not
It's-
Hamtramck.
What does it
A condo is like an apartment, but when you make the agreement, they usually have rules for people who live in a condo. So, for example, if you live in an apartment, you take care of your space, But in a condo, there's shared space. Maybe a place to go outside. And there are rules for people who live in a condo. For example, your curtains. Maybe your curtains have to be a certain kind. You can't do what you like to it.
And other facilities available over there, like the swimming pool, gymnasium.
This is a nice one.
These lot of things.
Community pool, condo. It stands for condominium, remember that. And it has more to do with the legal language of having it.
More facilities rather than apartments.
It's changing because today some people in New York buy their apartment. They own it and they can sell it.
But it should be, the apartments are basically buying from the actual owner of it, but the condominium is actually like the
whole
group of them. So
The condominium is a business. Condominium, yeah. It's fairly new. It's in my lifetime. People started using that. So let's take a look down at the bottom. These magic words. Review. What do you like? What do you want? What's this?
Place?
Place.
Where?
Reason. Thing. Person. Thing. Person.
How much? How many?
What does this mean? How?
Kind of feelings.
Pardon?
Feelings.
Feelings? How do you feel? How are you?
No.
But we also use the word how to tell us the process. How do you make dinner? The way. Speaking of which, before we had the long break, 2 weeks, one of the things we were going to do was bring in a recipe. Do you remember that? Did anyone remember?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Egg sandwich. So for tomorrow, I'd like you to think about a recipe to make something. How you make something. And tell us how you do it. You can write it out on paper if you like, so that we can talk about how we make things, a recipe. How about this one?
How much?
How much?
How much? How many?
Okay. What's the difference?
Money and how much?
Money.
Cash.
Yeah.
Cash.
Cash.
Count. Which one is count?
Money or
How much money?
Money.
much money?
How many
sugar?
dollars?
Yes.
How many pennies? You can count them. How many fingers?
How long it has?
Here.
How long? What does that mean? Time.
Time, yes.
How long is this table? Length. So it's a measurement. This is measure. This one. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
Okay, very good. Be well.
When did you
How can you answer that? When?
Yeah.
16 months ago.
What?
Time.
6 months.
He says,
Ago.
in the past. That's one way to answer. The other way,
There.
the date.
September.
The
September.
date,
2020.
or you give the amount of time, the measure of time, with this word ago. Okay. Everybody try this one on the back side. Okay. Okay, let's start with we'll start up here in the front. Iman, read part C, the first one. So notice, circle the brick. Very good. It's circled, these are, the way this is constructed, you pick one or the other and circle. Jemana, number 2.
Where does Jackson live? Where does Jackson live? Where does the Jackson
Which
live?
one?
2.
What do we think? Where do or where does? Jackson's. One or more than one? Kosar? Do. Why do? Not does. Jackson's. Plural. Jackson does. Jackson's do. Plural. Where do Jacksons live? Abuz, number 3.
Who does live close to school?
Who lives? Who lives close to school? No does. Number 4, Taj.
When did you
call the landlord?
When did you call the landlord? What is a landlord?
Owner of the.
Owner of the property for the rent. Deal number 5.
What size apartment does the rent? Do they rent?
Do they rent? They, plural. They do. Number 6, Seema.
How much did they pay for their new home?
Did they did. Yeah. Number 7, Ivan.
Who's the police across the street?
Good.
Good.
But,
Good.
what? Notice this is an irregular verb. The verb buy. I buy today. Yesterday I bought. It's not an ED verb. So let's look down here at complete each sentence with the correct form of the verb in parentheses. So let's take a look at the example, and Kausar, read us the example.
Pay how much? He pays much.
How much?
How much?
Now we're looking at
Pay,
the
pay.
example.
Hey,
How much?
hey.
Look at the example. Don't go down to number 1.
How much dollar?
How much did
How much?
the furniture cost? So they want you to use the word furniture and cost. But look at the way it works. You would not say, how much the furniture cost? How much did the furniture cost? Okay, next one, number 1, Sahanara. Present tense, we don't want to use past tense. Number 1,
How much?
we want to use you and pay. How much
What do they? Very much.
did you pay?
Hey.
How much did you pay?
Is present tense?
It says present tense, yep. How much did you pay? Right there.
Is present
How
tense?
much
Yeah.
pay?
Oh, present tense. Do you pay? How much do you pay? Many people will say, how much you pay? You'll be understood, but not good. How much did you pay? Or do you pay? Shakrizata, number 2.
Where do you live? Your husband?
Where does what?
Your landlord live.
Does your landlord live? Number 3, Ina?
When does John meet his new roommate?
Now we're going to past tense. And, pardon? Number 4, Abdallah. Number 4.
How much do you pay?
Number 4.
right.
How much? Number 4.
Number 4.
A. Question A.
D.
Day, month, when?
When? Oh, past tense. Right, you should, Abdallah, you should write these in as we do these.
When does move to
What do we have? What's next? When did they move to the city? When did they move? Number 5, come on. Notice this word. This word. Put. 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 That's but. Put. Put. B and P. A little different. To my class. B, 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 B. Pop, 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 pop. P, 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 P. Moves puff of air. Next one.
How much did their family spend on utilities last month?
How much did their family pay? Notice when we have do, does, and did. Singular
Really?
or
Singular. Robert and Ali.
Do. Because more than one. Past tense, did. I did, you did, they did, we did, everybody did. Let's go down here to part E. And number 1, Mahfouz.
Who does pay the bill in your household?
What do you think? Who does pay? You like that or not like that? What? Not necessary. So you don't always need the do form. Who pays? Number 2, Taj.
Who does gives pay for the partner?
Same thing. Who keeps?
Gives.
Past tense. Deal.
Who did move
Next.
door?
Next door.
Just plain old move. Past tense. Moved. Moved is a D sound at the end, not ED. Not move it. Moved. Moved. Okay, Sima, number 4.
Who came to leave the gas matter?
Meter. Who came? What is a gas meter? Gas meter. What is that? What is the meter? What?
How much we uses gas? It counted.
It counts the gas. The gas meter, a
Yes.
little thing like this, got some dials on it with numbers measuring. Meter. We know that from a length, a meter, 1 meter. It's a measurement. But we also use it to show we're going to measure something. Use that one. When you're sick, and you feel hot, oh, I'm so sick.
Yes.
Measure your heat, thermometer. So meter, gas meter, electric meter. We're good with this one. We had some things from yesterday. Can we put them back up there? going to pass out a sheet of paper for you to print your name and your telephone number. That's for Tamana and I, so that if we have any more bad weather days, we will have one sheet with all your phone numbers, not just on the card, so that we can let you know so you don't come to school for no reason. Okay. We will probably have more days, so you would print your name and your phone number. Name and phone number, that's it. still looking at this, but let's come back together. And this is a little article. We have Florida oranges. Do we like oranges? Florida. Most oranges in the USA come from here and Mexico, maybe further south, but it has to be warm. Many things you will see in California, many things we have in the grocery store are raised in California. Today, many things also from Mexico, we look to see, because the temperature there is much warmer. So, just a little bit of history. We talked about the United States being a place where people lived here for thousands of years, and we refer to those people that lived here as indigenous people, the native peoples who lived in the USA. But then other groups of people came, and we know over here in the 13 colonies, the 13 original colonies were from where? What country? Pardon? But from what country in Europe?
Europe.
What country? It's the language we speak. England. England is the one that seemed to be the major one, the big one. So which is why we speak English here. But other places, it's not English. We know that if you go out here, what language is spoken? If you go to Mexico, what language is spoken?
Hispanic.
Spanish.
Spanish. Why? Why Spanish?
Colonia.
Pardon?
Colonia.
Yvonne, I'm trying to,
Right.
what you're
Say
trying
it
to
one more
say?
time.
Immigrants from Spanish.
Pardon, Ina?
Immigrants from Spanish.
Immigrants, yes, but also soldiers. The soldiers came from Spain. And we all know Christopher Columbus? Remember him? We talked about him. Christopher Columbus came with Spanish language. He was Italian, but he came with the king and queen's blessing from Spain and came to the islands out here, and he brought the Spanish language. Some parts of the U.S. were settled by Spanish people. Florida was one of them. Parts of Texas. Mexico. This whole area was part of what was once called New Spain. And so one of the things that stayed here is the language. This part of the world, Spanish is spoken by many people. So let's find out about these oranges. Let's see, where did we leave off? I think, Seema, I think you're next.
Florida orange.
Wait. Read again.
Florida orange.
Oranges.
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 Florida oranges. When the Spanish came to Florida around 1,500.
Hold
They
on.
bought
Wait. 1,500. How would we usually say that? US. 1,500. If you say 1,500, it's usually not, it's not the way it's usually said. So 1,500.
They bought orange trees with them. The oranges from these trees were not like the ones we enjoy today. They were small and sure.
And what?
Sure.
Sour.
Sour.
Sour. Yeah.
We must thank Lo Bin Bong, an immigrant from China, for the development of sweet oranges and other
Citrus.
citrus fruits in Florida.
Okay, Ivan, next one.
Louis lived on bar in Canton,
China.
China, until he was twelve years old. Around one,
How would we say that?
he come to America.
Wait, what is that year? How do we say that? 1870.
1870.
Yeah.
70.
Come to America with his
Uncle.
uncle.
Hold on. 1870. You see that? When you have these words like 70, T, we have to make sure that the way we make it sound doesn't get confused with 17. 17, n, t. If you don't have an ending, it can be confused. Okay. 1870. Go ahead, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
He lived in San Francisco among many Chinese immigrants. 3 years later, he moved to Massachusetts
Excellent.
and started working at a factory. He became friends with this English teacher, Miss
Fanny Burlingame.
Vulcan.
Could sound in a Burlingame.
He loved his life in America. The house of Miss Fanny.
Fanny.
In 1817.
Wait.
1817.
No,
77.
77. Yes.
77. He became
Now wait. Became.
an American citizen.
Very good. Next one, Kausar.
In 26, Liu became
Tuberculosis.
a long and new
Along what?
disease.
The lung disease.
Lung disease. And had they moved to warm climate. Mrs. Penny told him to go to Florida, where she and her sister owned orange groves. we started to work there and soon development orange
Developed.
developed oranges that were very sweet and juicy. They were also strong, so they did not
Did not die.
die when there was a forest.
Frost.
First, about this time, Miss Penny did and left the
Wait.
orange,
Died.
died, and left the orange goes to blue.
The word groves. Groves are groups of trees growing together in one place. A grove. An apple grove, orange grove, lemon grove. Trees. The word, where are we? Juicy. Lots of juice, juicy. Lots of sun, sunny. Lots of clouds, cloudy. Next one, Saharana. Did I get it right? Did I say it correct? Saharana? Okay.
This new tin of orange was
Exactly.
sent or what Florida orange
Growers
orange didn't
needed.
1911 Louis received the world silver
Metal.
medal from the American
Homological.
from Society of the World.
For his
This was the first time a
medal.
medal was given for a
Citrus. Fruit. A couple things here. This word, American Homological Society. Notice it's 3 capital letters there for this. It's a group. And pomological is referring to citrus fruit. So the citrus fruit that we have here in the USA, oranges, tangerines, grapefruit, lemons, limes, they're all part of the same family of citrus fruit. Shakuzada.
Louis was a kind and generous man. He never became rich. Louis died in 1925. Today, the Louis King Kong orange is still grown in Florida.
I think it's still growing, but I'm not sure of that today. What does that word mean, generous? Generous. It says here he was kind. What does that mean? Kind. A kind person. What does that mean?
Loyal.
Helps others. Yes. And generous. What does that mean? Someone try it. A generous person.
See, strong.
It has to do with giving. A generous person gives things to others. So for example, a person who spends their money giving it to other people, food to other people, clothing, is very generous. It has to do with giving things to others. Generous. Notice that last word down there, grown. Grown. We'll get to that, but it's a part of speech from the word grow. Grow. So there was something else I wanted to bring up. Okay, tuberculosis. That's often referred to as TB. TB is a disease, and usually a lung disease, and very bad thing. This article is kind of interesting because it brings together lots of different places. And the first one here, it talks about Florida and Spanish. So we know from here, this was a Spanish colony. These were English colonies. So a little bit of American history. And then it also brings up the idea that he was an immigrant from where? China. And in 1870, he came from China. And where did he live? What city? When he came from China, where did he live? San Francisco. Where's that?
California.
California. And so, where is China? In 1870, he came here and came to San Francisco. Why San Francisco? And it says there were other Chinese people, Chinese immigrants in San Francisco. Why? Why did they come to San Francisco? Any idea? Why did they come? Why did they come? Any idea? Couple things. And I see if I have an article about this. Around 1850, actually it was 1849, someone went to a river near San Francisco, a flowing river, and they found gold. Do you know gold?
Gold.
Yes. And people went crazy. Gold! I can go into the river and find it and pick it up and sell it and make money. And of course, when lots of people came there to look for gold, they needed people to work for them. And so they needed people who came from China. And so, along with that, here's the gold, and here's the people. They want to go here. How would you get from here? This is where all the people live, or not all, but most. How did they want to go to California? Walking? What did they build? The trains. The trains got built to bring people from the east to the west. And so the people who built the railroads wanted people to work and not give them a lot of money. People that are willing to work for a small amount of money. They came from China. They came from China. And this young man was very lucky because he moved to a place called Massachusetts, and it sounds like he met a woman who helped him, his mentor, and he ended up being very sick. But if he'd had tuberculosis here, that would have been the end of him. And maybe those delicious oranges you get from Florida would not be so good. So, did you try 1 through 8 on the back? Fill this in. One second, and then we'll go through those. Try answering these. Bella? Let's do this from this side. Okay. Use the bathroom here. How are we doing? All finished?
I printed out the papers for you, the phone numbers.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I've done one.
Do you have one? Take one and leave one here. And add to it.
Keep adding.
Yeah. Let's look at the back, page 108. Okay, if you're not finished, we'll just do these together. Very important that you practice writing the word. Let's try the list of words. Ina, read us the words in the box up above. That's on page 108.
Complete the sentence with words from the box.
Yeah, and then there's 8
And
words.
ro-
What's the
ro-
first word?
First, sour.
Sour. Sour. What does that mean, sour?
Lemon is
Sour. What is sour?
lemon is sour.
A lemon is sour. It makes your face go like that. Sour. Notice how it's spelled.
That's all.
As sour.
Not always, but that's the OU sound. So keep going, you know.
Citrus.
Citrus. What is citrus?
A group of fruits.
What?
Orange.
Yeah, the group of fruits that have sour taste, like oranges, lemons, limes. Citrus. Keep going.
Lung.
Long. Part of your body. Organ, yes.
Climate.
Climate. What is climate?
Typical weather.
Weather over time. Yeah. Next word.
Grove.
Grove. What is a grove? Place. What's in it? Chickens? Trees! Of the same kind. So you'd say a grove of orange trees. All the same. Yeah, orange. Next one.
Developed.
Developed. Past tense. Next one.
Juicy.
Juicy. And the last one.
Or frost.
Frost. What is frost?
Below 0.
Below freezing. Frost. Ina, read number 1 for us.
Grove is a place where orange trees grow.
Very good. Grove, number 1. Grove. Number 2, Abdallah.
When
Yep, that's the one.
when the temperature goes below freezing, there is usually frost.
Usually frost. Abdallah, usually.
Usually.
Excellent. Very good. Yep. Okay. Back up here, Adil.
Orange with sweet.
Wait.
Oranges.
Oranges.
Oranges with sweet liquid inside are said to be show.
Juicy. Yes. Sweet liquid, juicy. Liquid, juice. Juicy. Yep. Juicy. Taj, number 3.
Orange.
Oh, wait, 4.
Orange.
Wait.
Orange.
Oranges.
Oranges.
Pay attention to those little endings. Oranges.
Oranges belong to the big rose or
S-I-T, city, sit. Citrus. Very good. Number 4, Mapus.
Number 5.
5.
Number 5. Before Lu Jin Gong, Florida oranges were not sweet but sour.
But sour. So it's giving you opposites. Not sweet, sour. Number 6.
Tuberculosis is a disease of the lung.
Of the lungs. Okay, number 8, Iman.
6, 7.
Wait, 7.
Climate. Describe the type of weather you have.
Very good. Weather over time is climate. Climate. And back over here.
Louis King Kong developed a sweet orange.
Developed. Some of these words, these ending words, we don't have an ud sound. Developed. Well, let's go down here to the bottom part and let's see if we can answer these questions. Sahanara, number 1.
What is food? What is not
That.
used? Not used.
Can we think of a fruit that's not juicy? A banana. Very good. Any others? Avocado. Guava. Or you can squeeze them. Kausar, number 2.
What fruits of the citrus family can you name?
There's another one that we know that one? Tangerine. Tangerine is from Morocco area, North Africa. Tangerine's from there. Ivan, number 3.
What one business
Wait.
can you name?
Diseases.
This diseases can you name?
Anything else? Asthma? Pneumonia. We all know pneumonia. What? Iman? Lung. Disease of the lungs. So we talked about tuberculosis, asthma, not difficulty breathing, pneumonia. Anything else? There are many. Do we know this one? Influenza. Influenza can affect the lungs. And number 4, Abdallah.
What is the difference between wet and sweet?
Sweet and what's that other word? S-O-U-R? Sour.
Sour.
Sweet and sour. What's the difference, Abdallah? Are they the same? Sweet and sour? What's the difference?
Sugar.
Yes, sweet has sugar
Is
taste.
acid.
Sweet, yes, sour has acid. Sugar and acid, different. Your tongue can tell the difference between sweet and sour in different parts of your tongue. It's kind of interesting. Back here for a deal, number 5.
Oranges grow in roots.
Groves.
Where its two trees grow together.
Where else do trees grow?
They grow from.
What's the word for a place with lots of trees? You know this one? Forest. And Taj, the last one?
What is the difference between the
Climate.
climate and temperature?
What is climate?
Climate means weather.
Sun.
Climate is everything. The sun, the temperature, the wind. But temperature is one thing, the amount of heat. Climate and temperature. So tomorrow, what should you bring with you? A recipe. And please bring a recipe, if it's written, be able to talk about it and tell us how you make something you like to eat. Okay? Is everyone here cook? Yes? Yes? Anyone here like to cook? Good. Okay. See you tomorrow. You like to cook? Who does the cooking mostly? Thank you. What do you like? Pizza?
Barbecue.
Barbecue? Meat? Burgers? Guys, what do you cook? Burger? Very American burger. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.